Well, hello, everybody. I am here tonight because I want to talk about something. I want to talk about friendship. And how do you know if somebody is a friend? I was looking at this video earlier today, and really it was just called What About Your Friends? And I was just kind of thinking, how do you know if somebody is really your friend or not? Well, since the pandemic has happened and also with all of the stuff that happened with the election, I know a lot of people that were friends are no longer friends, right? You're not talking to people. They got families that are split up, family members no longer talking to each other. And as we get to the end of the year and we start to make resolutions about what's going to happen next year, are you thinking about how you are going to adjust once the pandemic is over and how your definition of friendship might have changed? I know for me, a lot of us, I can see that people are strained by broken relationships. I've seen some crazy stuff lately in the last few days that people are no longer speaking to people, unfriended people. Some of the comments that I see out on Facebook, I'm totally appalled at. And it's just really kind of crazy because some of these people, you never would have thought they would have came across like that, right? You never would have thought people would have said some of the things that they actually say. But my mother used to say, don't just keep living and you won't be surprised by anything. And I know I wasn't surprised. The thing about it is, tonight before I go, I just want to give you a challenge. I want you to think about these three things as you think about your friends and who they were and what you call a friend and what the definition is. Because the way that I see some people talk to people and treat people, I don't even know how they can utter the word friend when I look it up in a dictionary. As a matter of fact, maybe I'll just look it up real quick. This is why I keep these dictionaries back here. Because, see, then can't nobody argue with you when you look up the definition in one of these Webster's or something telling you what a friend is before I get to something that I want to say about what I know about what a friend is. Because it's personal for me because about a year ago, I connected with somebody who I really consider a really good sister friend right now, and then she'll know who I am when I get through talking about. Yeah, I got a lot of people that I connect with and stuff like that, but this person is really, really special to me because I never would have thought in my wildest dreams that somebody that's 20 years younger than me would be just that much on the ball and be a really good friend and show you the three components that I'm about to talk about and just leave you with tonight as you evaluate the people in your circle. Because I think, like Nipsey said, your circle can get smaller as you go to a different place in your life and everybody can't go. So you got to think about who's going to be your friend. And if it's a person, one who likes to choose to spend time with you. So that's basically what it is. Somebody that you like and that person chooses to spend time with you. It can be a sexual bond, it can be a family bond, it can be platonic, neutral, ally, anything like that. But it's just somebody that you're spending time with in one capacity or another. Now, during COVID, a lot of people base friendship on ideologies that people shared or did not share with them. So, for example, if somebody was really mad because somebody else didn't share the same perspective with them, they considered themselves no longer friends. Now, depending on what the topic is, when you start getting down to things around the election and who is going to be the president, I could really understand why some people cut off ties with people because some of the stuff that people were saying was just totally some ridiculousness, right? And I don't even know. I couldn't even believe how people could utter those things out of their mouth. But for me, what I look for during the whole pandemic and even before the pandemic started, like how when you have situations in your life and you have to have people to rally around you to help you with certain things, and it's kind of like those friends who are helping you when nobody else is around, or they do things for you that nobody else really knows that they do. You don't really talk about, they just do it. Those are the people that you know your friends. So tonight, I'm just going to give you three ways to know if somebody is really your friend, regardless of what's going down, because we all get mad at each other and we don't always agree on things all the time. But you will know if this person is your friend. So, first of all, when you reach out to that person, no matter how long it's been since you've talked to that person, they respond. I can tell you that there's people that I grew up with when I first moved to Milwaukee, back when I was like 12, which is 50 years ago. There's three people that I knew, and I still know them today, and I still interact with them. One of them I met. when I was 12 and we were on drill team together. And another one, she was just a girl that I went to school with. She passed away yesterday, earlier this year. She passed away after she retired. Damn shame, retired, and 3 weeks later she was gone. And then the other person, she lives down in Milwaukee, and I just haven't had a chance to see her. But I've been known Pam for probably since I was 16, and I can call her right now. And if there's something that I need, she's gonna help me to find a way to get it. Now, those are my long-term girlfriends that I grew up with, and the reason why I call them friends because we don't talk all the time. We went to school together at certain intervals. We got married. People moved away. But I tell you, if we pick up the phone, we there for each other. And so what really sparked me to talk about friendship tonight is I was watching a segment on what is it, Entertainment Tonight. They did a special segment and it was about girlfriends, the TV show. And so it really got to resonate with me. What is it that we get from girlfriends, and why do we have girlfriends or sister friends? And I know brothers out there got brothers like that. And that other show that's a counterpart to that is Bruh, which is out on, I believe, Netflix. Anyway, I'll look it up and I'll let you know. But Bruh is what girlfriends is to us. Is so Bruh's for men what girlfriends is to us. And as you look at the dynamics of those relationships, the things that I noticed, like I said, it was three things that I noticed that no matter what happened with those women or those guys, when one of them reached out, they all came together to support the other person. They are they close a hole in you. Like if you have something that you're deficient in, that person is almost like they that other part of you that feels something in you. So like for me, I'm like usually really serious academic. I have fun and stuff like that, but sometimes the friends that I'm around, they help me to lighten up a little bit and see the other side of it, and then I can just really be who I am, and the essence of who I really am then begins to come out and come through, kind of like when I'm talking to you on this video. And then the third thing is they really support you without judgment. It's like sometimes you want to do something and you know it's stupid, but your friends don't tell you it's stupid. When sometimes you wish they would, but they don't, because they're gonna let you live and let you be who you are. Those three things mean a lot to me, especially the piece about where people close that hole in your heart. Oftentimes when a person is going through something, like, so I can speak for personal experience, everybody is rallying around, like when my husband passed away or like when my house burned down, people rally around and stuff. But it's kind of like once they think that the casket is closed or the fire is out, you stop getting the phone calls, you stop getting the visits, you stop getting anything. And during the pandemic, people need to know that people are out there no matter what. And so that's one of the reasons why I made the video tonight with the 5 tips for coping or combating loneliness during COVID-19, because there's a difference between living alone and lonely. And I live alone. I'm not lonely because I practice those things, that the tips that I gave with regard to not combating loneliness. And you can also look on self.com, and they have about 10 things out there, 5 of which I gave you. And I was just doing those things, and I even looked out there and I didn't even know. It's like, oh, they telling you what I already told you. What the hell? So you get it here too. So anytime you hear something more than once, you're bound to remember it. So again, if you think about what friendship is and what you really, really need right now, as we are in the pandemic, and it seems like as we get closer to the winter and the cases are going up more and more, we are going to have to rely on this type of an interaction to try to work with one another and be able to survive, because it doesn't seem like this is going away anytime soon. But just remember that every person that presents to be a friend is not a friend. I gave you 3 tips to know how you can tell if they're a friend. And I'm going to challenge you today. I'm going to give a shout out to somebody who has been a friend to me that I truly love with all my heart. Dartania Winters, you my ride or die out there. You have been there for me in ways that I can't even talk about. And in the short time that we have known each other, I consider you more than a friend. You are more like that sister from another mister that I should have had. You should have been one of my biological sisters. But I firmly believe that the universe, like I said, puts things in your path to help you to recognize who you really are. This woman encourages me when I feel like I can't do certain things. She encourages me, and she's not the type of person that encourages with like a chip on her shoulder, like encouraging, waiting for you to fail. No, she's the type of person that encourages you because she knows what your strengths are, and she was put here to pull those things out of me, because it's times when I really want to bring the information to people, but I'm always worried. Well, this somebody's gonna say, "Well, that's stupid." Well, D'Artania is that person. It's like, Eldridge, why the hell do you give a damn what other people say? You have so much information. You smart. You go for it. So, D'Artania, this show is dedicated to you tonight. A shout out to you to say, I'm not ashamed to say I love you. You my friend, and I know what a friend is. And I challenge anybody else out there, if you love somebody and that person is your friend, I challenge you to go on Facebook or Instagram. You go out there and you share everything else. Why not go out there and tell somebody that has done a lot for you during this pandemic and who has been there for you in other ways as a friend? Why not go out there and tell them what that means to you and how they feel for you? Because with everybody passing away so suddenly, we don't know. Tomorrow is not promised to any of us. And I always like to feel like you give people their accolades and tell them things about who they are while they can still hear you, and give them the flowers while they can still smell them. We have to start doing that because we have to be the change that we want to see. And I hear people speak those platitudes and spit those quotes and those idioms and stuff, but hey, this is where you put your rubber to the road, pedal to the metal, put your shoulder to the wheel and your nose to the grindstone, and you tell that person out there or the people out there that you have been interacting, that have been holding you down and holding you up throughout this pandemic. Tell them that you love them while they can still hear you, okay? Tell them. What is it going to hurt? On that note, I am going to leave you with that challenge. And just know that I told the person who I really care about and love what she means to me. Yes, that's D'Artania Winters. And she knows how I feel about her. She is my best BFF right now. And no matter where I am, I know that if I need something, all I got to do is pick up the phone. I barely could pick the phone up. If I ring my phone and don't answer and she called me back, she's getting in her car coming. And I'm the same way. That's how I feel. All right, everybody. So as you think about this, I want you to remember something. I always have like this information. People pass good things to me. And so I believe that if I continue to put things out into the universe, they're going to boomerang back at me. Again, don't forget to subscribe to my Facebook channel, Voices Randomage. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Follow me on Instagram. And I'll probably leave something out there for you on TikTok for you, okay? Okay, so here we are. We are going to cherish yesterday. We're going to dream tomorrow, and we're going to live like crazy today. And it says it's unknown. But how we spend our day is, of course, how we spend our lives. And I want to thank you for tuning in and hanging out here with me tonight. And go on and take the advice that I'm giving it to you free. And tell somebody that you care about them and that you love them before they can't hear you. And then you over the grave like the girl in Imitation of Life, crying about how much she missed and loved her mother. And